Oh, I will ask some question. Okay, if you refer to my submission here is due is still during our what is it, our practical class on Thursday. Okay, but then since this date is a public holiday, so we can only do our presentation during the replacement. Okay, this is for the presentation. Let me see. In this case, I would like to ask whether y'all have any other assignment to do next week besides mine. Adakah? Group 1, Group 2? Last assignment to submit. So you all can make the September 16 deadline. This is during the public holiday. Not so? Do you mean by not so? How about the other groups? Do you think you can make it during the public holiday? Otherwise, then I make it the same. Submission and presentation on Saturday. Okay, thank you. Forgot about the polls. Okay, already launched it. So you can close your this. Wow, 5 students are not here yet. Celine, Wong, siapa lagi? Daniel pun tiada. Jeremiah tiada. One more. Russell. Oh, Russell. Someone go and wake him up, please. How can I miss us? 5 orang tiada di sini. I wonder, is it because of your assignment that you're unable to wake up? Any assignment due today? Which assignment? HCI Miss Teng punya. So HCI only for group 2 lah kan? Okay. So let me check the poll. Okay lah. Any more would like to cast your vote? September 16 or September 18? So far only 7 votes and 3 more students haven't voted yet. 3 more students. Okay, 2 more students. Let me see your vote. 1 more student. Right. I'll end the poll. So 10 students voted. Okay, so according to the vote, then I will set this to 18. 18 midnight. Okay, because our presentation is Saturday, so I will make it 18. So meaning Friday. Okay, Friday. Do not exceed midnight. If it exceeds midnight, then it's already 18. Okay, and then you will do the presentation at 2 to 4 p.m. All right, so I don't put any time here, so by default it will be midnight lah, before 18. Then I will put this week 13 presentation on. Okay, this one is present. Present Saturday 2 p.m. and then for you to submit before midnight lah. Okay, save. Personal reflection pun lah. Personal reflection. 17 also by midnight. Okay, save. Right. Okay, presentation. You can ask now. You can ask now. Let me, hang on, I can record this. Sekejap.
Okay, Miss, the first question kan about the assignment. We need to have like three extensions of the functionality kan. At part 2. About the email and payment notification. That one, is it kind of like an extension of for my payment page? Say I have a payment page, but then after the payment details has been checked and validated, then I will email to the customer. Is it like that?
Then that one will overlap, Jonathan.
Overlap?
That one should because for the second part, just make payment and email notification as part 2. All right, and then try to think of other things that you can extend from your part 1, because that one is another 20 marks. Okay.
also we need to come out like additional extensions from our previous system like that. Oh,
At least
okay.
an improvement lah, because there's marks for improvement. Okay,
Oh, okay.
improvement.
As for validation kan, for our system, we only have like a add image and payment details form.
Mm-hmm.
So is it or we only need to do validations on those two? Since like the login and the register form is we'll be using the data bound ASP.NET punya data bound controls bar. So they already have their own validations. Validation control like that.
What do you mean by validation control?
Like
Bounded control, definitely. There's no need to do any input validation already, lah, right?
yeah, because they already have their own validation control. Ma. So in this case,
Validation control,
yeah,
they are bounded control. Do you need to add any other validation control?
no, yeah, that's why like is it since we only have like add image and the payment form, so we only need to do we only can do like those two Boolean validation control. Uh,
Because for bounded control, you already do the setting, right? You connect to this table. You want to pick this one up. Okay, this is your condition.
yeah,
That's okay. It's system generated, so you can explain, put in your documentation. Um, your group have done validation on these two field, but then for the rest, like this one and this one, all these are using bound control. Okay. Da, 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 da.
mm. So we just do whatever validations we can do. Lah.
Mm.
Or so for the exception, we also do at
But then it would be nice if you can do some kind of extension. Improve it a bit so that you can showcase more on validation and exception handling, because from the way I see, it will be very little. If you notice, uh, 10 marks on validation, 10 marks for exception handling, and then it will be too little. How about you do something about improvement on your first part, so that you can introduce a good showcase of validation and exception handling.
okay. So for the exception handling is also the same thing. For
10 marks, 10 marks. User control is another 10 marks. Okay, hang on. Let me double check the rubrics. Normally I will refer to rubrics. Part 1 is on GUI navigation, program logic. Okay, where it includes master page. Okay. Extensions consist of all specified functionalities.
yeah.
All specified functionalities means the payment and email.
Um, um,
Mm.
can I ask about the extension, right? Since part one submission is about the GUI and navigation, it didn't touch on like the functionality. So in my case, sorry, not me in my case, I think is it the extension from part one that marking scheme? Is it for the functionality of part one, including
So I
or
will split this to 10, 10, 10.
or 1010? Okay.
So 10 is for the payment and email, and another 10, whatever improvement that you show.
Then the previous functionality that we have done.
Then you can explain. For the extension of your prototype, we have decided to do this improvement. Any other question?
No more. Or do we need to put?
I think because almost you all added in payment and email, right? Okay. For the part one the other day.
Oh, as for exception handling, do we need to have like a, how do you say, a page error on every page card? Is it better if we do that? I mean, like validations, we will have a try catch block, but then for like,
Remember our let me see, our practical exercise last week. Okay, there was this discussion question. Which one among that is best method? All right. Some student answered try catch. Some student answered page error. Some student answered application error. Okay. And then for application error, it allows us to have the custom error page, or was it a page error already? So it depends on your group, how you want to implement for your assignment, and I will read it in your report lah. Because if you read here, exceptions are handled well. So I want to see how your group is handling the exception. Is it you are just relying on try catch, or do you have a custom, a user-friendly page error? Okay, for I think the simplest one that you can add in would be the custom 404, just in case your user pandai-pandai go and find or type in wrong URL. Okay, at least you have that. Okay, 404, handling of 404. You need to show how your group understands exception handling using page level, both page level and application level. And add in comments in your course.
okay, yeah, that's all.
Okay, how about others? So over here is 20 marks, so I split it to 10. Okay. Documentation is already help you all a bit, right? I got my mouse. I can already help you all. In fact, oh, this one is not documentation. I already changed this. This is database. Oh, no. Oh, this is documentation 5 marks. But then there's my CC forgot to change this. Okay, so in a way, I already help you all a bit on the documentation part lah. I mean the template. Okay, so the presentation in week 13 would be for each student 5 marks. Okay, hopefully you all are not like reading from your notes. Okay, so you need to like at least do a rehearse. Make sure you know what you're presenting. Okay, as for the submission, because I only assign it to, let me see, including our deputy head. Let's see, your assignment. Okay, already prepared this template. Yep, already updated the documentation part lah. all necessary documentation requirements are included. Professional format and layout with no grammar or spelling mistakes, complete and excellent explanation. That one is 4 to 5, excellent. Average is almost all documentation requirements are included. Acceptable format with some grammar or spelling mistakes, almost complete and good explanation. Poor would be a non-professional format, many grammars or spelling mistakes, incomplete and poor explanation. So already change the explanation for the documentation. This time documentation, there's a mark for it. This is just a reminder. After you make sure that your documentation has included all this, then you can remove this. Okay. So when you want to add in contents to prove that you have included this requirement, so you should at least explain, include, okay, like missing or unexpected input. Okay, so this one is the exception handling part, and then our validations. Okay, both client and server side, which are consistent with your business rule. So, site map. Okay, already add in the headings there. Okay, user control. Okay, you also need to add in references. Please follow our Thai UC guideline. Okay, already added in for your easy reference. And this is another reminder for the screenshot. You can delete this after right before you submit lah. Okay. So I think that's about it for the assignment. Yes.
Yeah, oh miss, the documentation, do we need to explain every functions or we just the extensions?
Highlight what is required for part 2.
Okay.
Like, oh my goodness, my nose. Okay, prototype extension, 10 marks. Payment and email, and this one is another 10 marks. So this one, the 20 marks, right? And then user control, another 10 marks. Validation, 10 marks. Exception handling, 10 marks.
So only the prototype extensions only include the how do you say, improvements on extensions not every.
Improve and extended website functionality.
Okay.
If you have done any improvement, so put it under prototype. Perhaps if you want to make it very clear, because my reviewer will be using this also, reviewing the students' assignment also. So what you can do a before after. Before means in part 1 we did it this way, and then for part 2 prototype extension, okay, we have decided to do it this way. So it's an improved version of part 1. So before after lah. Then it will be easier to show that it has been improved. Is that clear? Okay. So I'll stop the recording. before midnight. Is it before midnight? Uh, how do we put it? 12 p.m. 12 a.m. before midnight of you understand juga bahkan 12 a.m. 11:59 p.m. Oh yeah, 11:59 p.m. Okay, I think this is clear. And then presentation will be held during the last replacement meeting September 21 to. So I think this one is clear. Okay. What? So in fact, today we have our final chapter. Wow. Hang on. Let's see my slide. You can download the slides. I made some changes. Okay, some changes because I found that the screenshots are like very old screenshot. Okay. Let's see. Is everyone here? Oh, one person think is not going to make it. Okay, so need to make sure that oh, poor boy. Let him wash his face first. Oh, you must be very tired. Okay, let's see. So since Wong is not here, Daniel and Lim need to take note. Okay, regarding the deadline. Okay. How about I give you, let me see. So kasihan or you all kan penat. Let me see. Should I give you 5 minutes or 10 minutes to wash your face and then do some other things? How long do you all need? 5 minutes, 10 minutes before we start with the lecture? Lecture is not that bad. The slides are quite okay. Can finish within 2 hours. 10 minutes. Okay lah, how? 10 minutes. Make sure you show your utmost attentiveness. Okay, after 10 minutes. All right. After 10 minutes, so go and wash your face. If you want to take a quick shower, go and shower, drink your coffee and so on. Okay, I'll be back in 10 minutes. Okay, so I'm back. Let's see. Before we start, I want to share something with you. Any one of you you have LinkedIn account? LinkedIn. Mm. Because last week, Miss Chu, she was like reminding lecturers, okay, go and check those free courses, okay. But then I didn't find the courses that I want that are free, okay. I guess for the academic, for a limited time until 14th of September, they're giving this free stuff lah. But then I'm not interested in any of the like admin stuff or self improvement stuff. So I I browse a bit and then I found courses on sp.net. But then if you see LinkedIn, okay, it's a they do have their own learning platform lah. Previously called as lynda.com. Lynda, I think, yeah, Lynda, Lynda. Now they simply call it as LinkedIn Learning lah. Okay, hang on. If there are some good stuff, I would like to share with students. Okay, so sign in. So it's something like a Facebook for working people. Okay, Facebook for working people. Okay, and then let's see. Oh, oh. Mr. Harold is in. Oh, wow. Okay, that's cool. I showed this to my diploma student yesterday, and I saw them already open to work. they're they're very good. Okay. Because now now they're or you know Jonathan, they're looking for internship placement kan. Oh, okay, okay. Oh, I'm glad that they pay attention. I shared with them yesterday. Okay, and then in fact I saw one of the my students. Oh, Dr. Chris is here. Samuel Fu, or our previous student, open to work. Then I should put my I here open to work. Oh, Lu, is this Lu? Oh, this is Lu. Finally, I can get to see his picture. Okay. Okay. This is a student. Oops, oops, oops. Oh, my mouse. This is a student, Andy Liu. Okay. He emailed me previously. Okay, saying that he needed my help. Okay, so I help him out with this application. So he got a job working as an IT officer in this cruise, okay, a very big cruise company. I'm not sure about during this lockdown, but he told me that they travel East Southeast Asia, Macau, all those sea route lah. Okay, so when I saw his picture, okay, wow, even as an IT officer, they can get to wear this cool uniform. So IT officer in a cruise. He completed his degree, bachelor degree in TAUC. He's also in the what do you call the student representative in KL. He was in for Sabah SRC, and then when he continued to main campus, he also in the committee. So I'm glad that he's doing okay. So I'm happy to say this. All right. Who else? Mm, all these IUC lecturer. Okay. But then I'm 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 glad to see my DFP students. Oh, then this Young should put that he's open to work. Okay, then I should put my picture and then open to work. Okay, now the reason why I want to show you this is the learning lah. Okay, but then for learning, they give you all free 1 month. Okay, and then in order for you to start the learning, you need to register your account lah. For mine, I use my PayPal account. So I've just started last week. Okay, I have 14 minutes left for this one. This is a very cool um course. It covers the three different ASP.NET development mentioned in our chapter 1, chapter 2. Okay, but then for our syllabus, we only cover web form, right? So there's a web form, okay, and then there's web pages using Razor. Okay, we only have some examples in our chapter, and then this one is using MVC, more complicated. What I like about this course, this is quite new, 2021. Okay, 2021 updated. It means web form, it is still being used, all right, even though we have seen that the support, documentation support by Microsoft, it has ended. But in terms of the technology, I can see that still quite useful for us to know lah. Okay, like the simplest out of all would be the Razor. Okay, using Razor pages. Their challenges, solution, their chapter quiz. Okay, this one is web forms. Summarizing what we have covered. Okay, the state management. Okay, this one is the server control. There's no exception handling though. Let me see. And then there's P.NET and working with data. I completed this yesterday. There are two. But then we didn't cover link. Okay, not in our syllabus. We covered ADO. Okay, ADO.NET. If you use entity framework, then you can use link lah. All right, very cool stuff. And then there's we don't have these RESTful services in our syllabus, right? The web API. I'm still trying to get to what is a web API? Okay, so I think I'll finish this later. And then the signal R. Okay, so once you're done, you will get certificates. Okay, let me see my learning. So far I've covered, this was last week. So web form essential training, this is very nice. Only less than 2 hours. It covers, it is like covering our whole 14 semesters. Okay. Okay. So started with the installation part. Okay. Let's have a look at how the creating the ASPX files, the code behind, postback. We have covered this, right? And then what else? There's a debugging. Okay. Debugging, handling of exception, blah, 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 blah. So, okay. Creating reusable code would be our controls. Okay. With the state management included. Working with data, yep, this is using the SQL server, not using the entity framework. So I would say this is, if I found this earlier on, then I think this one would really help. Okay, Sani, yep. So this is nice. What else? Yep. Today we will cover deploying. So I take a look at the deploying. Okay, the deployment strategy. How do we choose a deployment strategy? But then here he talks more about Azure. We don't have Azure covered in our syllabus. By the way, for the diploma students, I'm sure you all have the elective. Oh, masih. This is I didn't go for the free stuff. That is uh that I should take. Okay, based on Miss Chu email, I go and explore what I want to know. But I need to register my account lah. Okay, bank account. Because free for 1 month, and then after 1 month, if I did not unsubscribe, if I don't unsubscribe, then they will charge me lah. Okay, they will they will make me pay for any workshop. Okay. I want to know whether for introduction to cloud computing, do you touch on Azure? Azure? Ah, okay, then that's good. And AWS, that's cool. But for our WAD ini tak ada. Okay, there's also deployed to Docker. We only have IIS, the one that the local one. Okay, so that's a good elective for you all. How about DSF student? DSF, do you all have the introduction to cloud computing for elective? And then one more. Yep, not elective. Oh, it's a core one. So you also learn Azure, Google, and AWS. Is it together with Jonathan's page?
9 out of 10.
I like this ASP.NET security. He started with uh, this one. From here, I do understand why ASP.NET, even though we need to pay money, all right, company need to pay money for ASP.NET using this framework. And then the rest of the organization, like the government sector, they go for open source free stuff like PHP, right? Now I understand why people are willing to really pay money for this, okay? Most of it are due to security or separated. Okay, understood. Okay, so mitigating, this is cool. OWASP top 10. Okay, OWASP top 10. You all are learning introduction to security, right? With the Miss Lee. Is it for both group 1 and group 2? So we have like this injection, HTML injection, SQL injection. Okay, all these are the top 10 web applications. Since you all are developing web app, it's good for you all to know what are the top 10 security risks. This list will normally they will like update it from time to time. All right, the cross-site scripting XSS is still here. Okay, and so on. Right, this is a cool stuff. And then, but we don't have this included lah. Okay, but we did have this touch a bit on ADO.NET as SQL injection. Okay, a little bit on that one. Okay, fixing SQL injection, storing of data, identity server. These are like is it using MVC? If it's using MVC, we don't cover it lah. Okay, very cool stuff. So after every chapter, there's a quiz, and then you can get the certificate. So in case you all are like improving your resume, debugging in C sharp, based on what I'm watching. So they want to recommend me debugging in C sharp. Oh, why not just a 1 hour, 20 minutes? Okay, I'll consider that. And then I've set a few more here related to if you're interested in like, because for your bachelor degree, you need to do your project, right? Okay. I'm interested in data mining. So if I have time, like this one is 4 hours. Okay. The current DFT course, there's a one elective recently added, Introduction to Data Science. They learn all this machine learning, algorithm, all those deep learning using R, using R language. Okay. What else that I want to show you all? Oh, like skills, right? No. Let me go back. Like skills. Why I want the, like, I encourage the students to use this. See, these are the students, our own students, because you can take the skill quiz, all right, and okay, so you need to be in the top 30% before they give you a badge. So I've done 4. I have Microsoft Word. Okay, top 15. You can try this. It's good, especially when you want to find your internship later and when you're working. Top 15%. Okay. HTML. I took a HTML skill test. Top 15%. And then this one, CSS, top 5%. Before you do the skill test, they will give you 2 sample questions. Okay, so but then one thing I don't like about this skill, the skill badge for LinkedIn is that it stays in LinkedIn. I cannot like, can I embed this? Macam tiada, tak boleh. For like, I did the Cisco introduction to cybersecurity. That one, I can embed the badge anywhere that I want. For LinkedIn, the badge stays here. However, your certificate stays here. Okay, your certificate stays here. Like I've already completed 3, so the certificate is here. You can download. Terus buat Okay, yep. You can like, but then if you want to do the learning, try to don't, you need to check the timing within 1 month. After that, don't forget to unsubscribe. I think it's somewhere, is it setting? Lupa sudah. Is it in learning? Where you need to unsubscribe. I saw it last night, but I forgot already. Let me see. The set looks something like this. Let me show you, because it's useful for students. Okay, anything good I want to share with you all. My certificate of completion. This is for web form. Okay, web form. If you when I go through the online course, right, I really understand why people still use web form. Okay, still use web form. Very nice content. So completed, blah blah blah. Very nice certificate of completion from LinkedIn Learning. So as a student, you should build up your resume. Okay. I hope this sharing is useful for you all. Okay, let me see. Do you want me to, while I'm still here, do you want me to search for any course that you're interested in? Perhaps if it's there, then you will create your LinkedIn account. Oh, look at the time, it's already 10 plus. Okay. SP.net. Oh, SP.net. The one that I show you all, SP.net. The one that I showed to you all, those are that I already, oops, I need to search in learning. These are what I have like shortlisted. Okay, shortlisted. SP.net. The ours is not the core. This is the I would say the latest one. You can check the hours. Okay, this one is 13 hours, more comprehensive. Okay, you can see how many learners. This is the MVC. Okay, the latest one is the core lah. But for our syllabus is web form. This one, the one that I've completed. And then if you find the one that you are interested in, you can always click save. Okay, there's a lot of things. So I already completed this. This one is 6 minutes. Oh, I think this one is taken from another course. PHP, PHP, PHP. Of course ada lah. Oh, ada PHP my admin lagi. Learning PHP. You can see the date lah, updated or not. PHP. Oh, this is nice with MySQL. Advanced PHP. Before you like start with the course that you have selected, you check. You can always check the syllabus first. Is it what you want to know? All right. Otherwise, because for my SP.net, I don't go and try all the available courses. I look at the syllabus. Okay. PHP. Okay, good. Yep. So I'm also happy because I can see our students here. Okay, already looking open to work. Right. So let me log out from here. But I need to unsubscribe. I don't have money. Okay. Okay, let's get on with our lecture. Yeah. Oh, I need to record the meeting. Hang on. Okay, our final chapter for our course would be chapter 11, deploying ASP.NET applications. So what we're going to cover, first of all, we always start with the theory, okay, which is the definition of deployment. We need to understand what is deployment. And then before we go to the approaches, okay, you need to know how to differentiate between these three different approaches to deploy an ASP.NET web application. We will take a look at the various deployment environment. Okay, we have the test environment, we have the staging environment, we have the production environment. Okay, so let's start with the definition. Now, it says here that deployment entails or involves the process of getting your final application onto the production server. okay, production server, and we are going to make it live, right? But then before we do this, we make our web app live, right? In production, we need to also do something else, okay? Such as setting up our project to work in various environments. So meaning it's a step by step lah. Okay, so we will start from the test environment, okay, and then a staging environment, then finally to the production server. So this is the production environment where we will actually host our web application. Right now, let's start with the first environment, which is the test environment. Test environment, it's involving the testing phase where we need to look at every aspect of our code, the functionalities and also the performance. Really need to do this very thoroughly, inspecting every aspect of our code. So this is where we perform various testing processes. Okay, and then this test environment, it should more or less match closely with our production environment. So this is another issue. How can we make sure that our test environment closely resembles our production environment, means our production server, okay? And then during the test environment, this is where we will start to plan for the performance testing. Okay, performance testing, also known as a load or stress testing. Next is the staging environment. Staging environment, we use this staging environment to actually run our web app as if, okay, it would run on a live production environment. So we can say that this is a place for us to do any last minute testing on anything, everything. Okay, so over here during the test environment, we plan for our performance testing. This is where we will perform it. Okay, during the at the staging environment, we will perform the stress and also load testing, and then try to figure out other real-time scenarios and then see if it works as expected. Okay, so for the software engineering students, you might be able to recall what you have learned in your previous courses, okay, on the software testing, right? And then this is the third one, the production environment. Okay, this is where our product is the web application. We put our web app into operation for our end users. Okay, so what does it mean? Our web app is now, okay, officially being used by our end users in real-time situation. So make sure you know the difference between these various environments. Okay, we need to go through this to make sure that if we encounter any issues, hopefully we can solve it before we make our web app live. Now, to touch a bit on something, because over here in the production environment, this is where we host our web app, our production server, right? So let's take a look at this particular slide. Okay, during our production environment, at our production environment, we need to remove certain things. Okay, remove certain things. We should remove all our development tools, our extra software, or any unnecessary applications that are not expected to run, okay, on the production environment. Based on the course that I've taken last week, under the ASP.NET security, things like as simple as you should not show your server name, you should not show your ASP.NET framework version, all this, you need to remove it. Because if anyone, okay, with background in web app, they can simply go to the simplest would be right click view page source, right? Okay, when they're in the web browser, or they can always go to the web developer tool, okay, and then inspect the variables, everything. So we don't want our web server important details to be displayed, right? Now, this is taken from Commvault.com, one of the organization that provide this service. Okay, like if you want to do your hosting, these are their web server requirements. So you need to take a look at some of the things like the capacity, right? The disk volume, the memory, and so on, right? But we are not going to deploy our web app, okay, to this particular Commvault.com. This is just an example of, because in the production environment, we have our production server. Before we actually decide on going about it, you need to do research on the requirements first. Okay? Now, let me go back to the this one. Okay, definition. Deployment means it's the process of getting our web application onto the production server. We want to get our final app onto the production server. Okay, how are we going to do that? Here, it involves transferring files to our server. Okay, and then recap from our chapter 9. One of our debugging tips is never do this. Leave debug set to true in our web.config. Okay, this is our debugging tip. We need to set it to false, okay, to ensure solid operation of our web app. Okay, otherwise if debug sets to true, then your end user will see all those YSOD, YSOT, all right, and then all those error messages, technical things that your end user should not be viewing, right? This is recap from our chapter 9. So what are the deployment steps? Okay, so once you have completed building your website, your web application, yeah, then we need to copy the website. And then over here, when we copy, we need to transfer our files, right? To transfer the files, we're actually creating a virtual directory in our web server. Now, let's go to the 3 approaches to deploy our website. Okay, the first 3, Xcopy. Second, the Visual Studio tool called VS Copy website. Okay, copy website. And the third one, deploying pre-compiled web application. Okay, and then the fourth one, not in the syllabus, is the using the Windows installer. Okay, the first approach, Xcopy. Over here, allows us to move our files, directories, entire drives, okay, to another server. So if you do Xcopy, there's no need for you to stop or start your IIS. All right, and then the syntax is shown here. First of all, the keyword Xcopy, space followed by source, space, destination, space, and the parameter. All right, so these are some of the parameters. /f, okay, if you want to display the file names from the source and destination files while copying process is occurring. If you want to see this, then you add in /f. And then /e means you want to copy all subdirectories. even regardless whether these folders contain files, so empty, including empty folders. /k means to ensure the read-only settings remain in place during the copying process. So if you have any read-only files and you want it to remain as read-only, then you can use the /k. And then if you want to also copy hidden and system files, then you use /h. Okay, so we have this reference. Okay, more details. We have the read reference 1. So I got this from our syllabus and then paste it here. Reference 1 is our online ASP.NET documentation from the Microsoft official website. Mhm. Okay, so this is the example. But then for this example, I can see that it's from, it's done in the same machine from the C drive to D drive using all these parameters. Okay, once it's done, and then it will show how many files has been copied over, right? Let me see. Okay, how about we go and take a look at some example? One moment. Open this in my web browser. Okay, deploy an ASP.NET web application by using Xcopy Development 2020. I'll give it to you in the chat box. Okay, so you can read on. Our assignment, there's no need for you to deploy, okay? When you submit your project file, please do not pre-compile or deploy it, okay? Because I want your files as it is. If you turn everything to DLL file, then I will not be able to retrieve your codes. Okay, Xcopy deployment. Xcopy style file transfer simplifies the deployment. Okay. Else. Yeah. Copy files from one location to another. So there's no modification to the registry. There's no special installation requirements for the host company on hosted site. Okay, so if you want to set the virtual directory, this is the explanation. All right, so do I have any other things? Let me see. I'm giving you all this because last week was our final practical. There's no more practical exercises. So if you want to explore more, okay, these are some of the things that I found. Xcopy deployment of an ASP.NET web form application. So this one is the latest one, 2021. Xcopy. The steps are a bit different, right? We need to like go into Visual Studio. Okay. Remember to set debug to false, right? And then selection of the files are done. Okay, so I think this one is very relevant to our course. Okay, Xcopy deployment for our ASP.NET Web Form application. Okay, let's continue. The second one is we use the Visual Studio tools. Okay, Visual Studio tools. If you want to use the VS Copy website option, which is this one, okay, this is the copy website option. You must run your Visual Studio in the context of the administrator. So for this particular slide, I changed the screenshot because the screenshot is a very old screenshot. Okay, and this is how easy it is to copy the website. Okay, click here, okay, and then connect to your remote server, select the destination. So it can either be the file system, local IIS, or perhaps you have FTP site or remote site. Okay. And then finally, you can transfer the files, select all the files, click on this button. Right after you're done, you can view the log. Okay, you can see the screenshots. These are from 2009. Okay, so this is definitely not 2019. Okay, let me share something with you all. Okay. For Visual Studio 2019, okay, we do no longer have this copy website tool. Uh, and then let me share you this one. Tool not found. Okay, hang on. I found this. In fact, people love this so much that they send feedback. Okay, feedback to the community. You can read here. I think I can put it in the chat box also. So this one was back at 2019. Okay, I know that it has been suggested before. This is a very crucial feature, and I think Microsoft should bring it back. So this guy, he explained everything about how he used a copy website to. I always use copy website to, but I cannot do that. Okay, and so on. Okay, so he says that copy website tool was a very helpful tool, and from the other comments, okay, we need that tool. Please bring back this very useful tool back. Uh, but any one of you using older version of Visual Studio, perhaps 2017? If you have, then maybe you can like have a look whether the copy 2017. So, okay, Vera, can you check? You open any of the solution, and then at the Solution Explorer, do you see this copy website icon? Oh, used to? uh, I I thought of like downloading the older version and then have a look at myself. I want to try out this copy website option. But no lah, I'm just wasting my mobile data. Okay, so this is an example. But then I did some, let me see. I saw this one video, okay, how to create a copy or a clone of your Visual Studio website project. This is copy, just to copy lah. Okay, how about, hang on, let me try to open it first. One moment. See whether I can open this. Give me a second. Okay, I have to close my door just now. Was glass cutting is happening outside. Okay, which tab should I share? Okay, this one. Let's look at this. Okay, this is around 2 minutes video, 2017. How to create a copy or clone of your Visual Studio. Any of you all are using headphone or earphone listening into our Google Meet? Please, because there's one part of the video where the, someone said that he suffered a hear attack. Be careful, at 42, second 42, suffered a hear attack. It's a alert sound, bang. Okay, or like this one, blew my eardrums. Okay, just to take note. Okay. 40 seconds. There's one part where he recorded everything, including the alert sound in a like 100% volume level. So take note on that. So let me please play this.
Everyone, my name is Prakash Mandari, and today I'm going to talk about how you can create a copy of your Visual Studio project and how you can create the exact clone of your Visual Studio website. So this is my solution in Visual Studio with the name of Acorize, and uh, there it's reside in my local C drive, right? And this is how my sites look in browser. If I go there, so this is my entire site there. So I have to create the exact copy of this site. So what I have to do is I have to just go to Visual Studio. So let me first close this one, just close it, and I'll create a new website there, and C# empty website, and give a name of your site. So I'm gonna give it name dummy in the same location. I'll close this old site here. So if I go to this view section and open my solution explorer here, so there is only five right now: package.config, web.config, and webdebug.config, right? And now I go to my this folder section. Now you can see there is a dummy section, right? So what I have to do, I have to just go to my old site, and I have to copy all these files from there, apart from this config dot. Just copy all these, and I have to just paste these files in dummy, right? So once it is completed, I'll go to Visual Studio and I'll just refresh my page. Now you can see that all these files are here, and our default.aspx is also here. So I have to just run or debug this project. I'll just start debugging, and you'll see that if it's providing the right result or not. So yeah, that's the entire project is copied, and I can start working with the Visual Studio on your new projects. What are the modification you need, you can do that and create copy of that. So that's simple. Thank you so much.
that's it. It's something like Xcopy, but then using Visual Studio, right? Let me see, data A copy. I think I can share this with you all. Okay, another way of copying is like you create
Hello,
the project first. Okay, make sure your config files are there, and then you copy the other relevant files in your project to the another folder. Okay, let's see. Let me continue with our slide. Okay. So this is the third one. The third one is deploying. Oops, I need to stop sharing. And please again. Okay, so the third approach is to deploy a pre-compiled web app. Now, pre-compilation means each page is built and compiled into a single application DLL. Okay, a single application DLL. So if everything is in DLL, then it will make your code a bit difficult to be stolen or changed. Okay, and then there are some other reasons why pre-compilation is really needed. Okay, so I will put this as a class activity question later. Okay, and then, okay, I think I want to show something with you all. I'll copy the link. Hang on now. Okay, I'll put in the chat box also. So you can go ahead and look at this page. Here it says that all the code files, right, will be pre-compiled into a single assembly. Okay, pre-compiled into a single assembly. All right, and then by default, it will be built and persisted in the bin folder. Let's see. Okay, into a single assembly. By default, it will be in the bin folder. All right, and then what else? Because this compilation model creates a single assembly, you can specify attributes like your assembly name, the version. You can also specify the location of the output assembly and so on. All right. So this is from the Microsoft ASP.NET. Let me see. I think I have one more to share with you all. Okay, I've put in this particular video in the class activity. Okay, then I will make this as your practical task for tomorrow lah. since we no longer have any practical exercises. Okay. And then from this article, there's something about increasing of the site performance as well. So is it about why do we need pre-compilation? Is it we want to make it difficult for our code to be stolen? All right. We want to do it so that no source code is delivered to your clients, or is it because of a performance? All right. So I'll make that as our practical exercise tomorrow for you to watch a video and then answer the question, this particular question, why pre-compilation? Okay, so how do we do that? This is an old screenshot, but I still retain it here. For us to do the third approach, which is to deploy a pre-compile web app, we have this tool. Okay, normally we'll just use the build function, right? If you go down, there's a publish website. Okay, select the published website, and after that you select the destination. Okay, so this is a 2009 screenshot. So what I did in my slide, I took a screenshot from my own Visual Studio. Okay, open one of my solution in the build menu. There's a publish. So I'm trying to publish my practical 5 here. Okay, so you can see the icon. Where are you publishing today? So there's several targets. Azure means a publish application to the Microsoft Cloud, Docker. Yeah, I remember showing you all this in one of the LinkedIn course. Okay, publish your application to a container that works with Docker images. And then you can also publish your application to a local folder or a file share. And then there's the FTP server and also the IIS. Publish your application to IIS using web deploy. So for my example, I choose this folder, publish my practical 5 app to a local folder. And as you can see here, the folder location is by default in the bin, which is consistent with what we saw in the Microsoft documentation just now. Okay, it's in the bin app publish folder. Okay, and then that's it. You just click finish. But then again, if you read properly, if we choose the folder publish to a local folder, database publishing is not supported. Okay, it's not supported. This particular slide is to show you all that by default, the assembly is built and persisted in the bin folder. Okay, so let me show you. So after it is done, after you click finish, then there's a message ready to publish. Click publish, then successfully publish on what date. And then this is the target location and so on. You need to specify whether you want to, before you click publish, whether you want to delete existing files or not. Okay, and then for mine, it is a release. Okay, so that's it for deploying the 3 different approaches. Okay, let me see any other things that I need to show you. Okay, I think I have another one. The one that I show you is published to a local folder, right? Okay. This is publishing to the web server, the IIS. Let me share with you all. Okay, I'll put in the chat box also. How to publish a web app using Visual Studio. This is article in 2019. Okay. Yep. Still using the publish. So just now the one that I show you is the folder, right? And then this one is a web server, IIS. Okay, and then you choose web deploy. So when you click web server, it actually did mention that using web deploy or web deploy package. So this is where you will specify your specific target. Okay, and then this is settings. Okay, before you click finish. Okay, like your site name. Okay, your destination URL with the username and password. All right. I think we're done already. That's the end of our WAD syllabus. Okay, so how was it? We completed everything in 12 weeks time, and I'm glad that we covered the important stuff for your practical part 2. There's so many things that we have covered, and then if you are very interested in like getting a summary, okay, a 2-hour summary of ASP.NET web form, you can go to the LinkedIn course, and then yep, while you're at it, then you can get your own certificate for completion. So that's the end of our lecture today. I'll stop the recording. And I'll also will end the meet. Tomorrow I'll see you all for practical. Bye bye.